Hey, I have my eggs boiling like crazy right now. Too busy with something else, didn't watch it, and it went on boiling like crazy. One is cracked, I can see. When I boil my eggs, I put it in the cold water. Actually, I got a dozen of eggs out in the morning, so it's go down to the room temperature. And then I put in the cold water, start boiling, and when it's boiled, I will cover it. Actually, I put a bit of salt too. Salt, a tablespoon of salt for it to come off easily from the shells when I de-shells them. Cover it and simmer for 20 minutes to 30 minutes. I want hard-boiled egg. Okay, my eggs has been boiled for 5 minutes only and one crack. So this is how I test. If you want to know how these eggshells come off the eggs already, you can pick it up using a pair of chopsticks. This is how I know. And inside, because it's been 5 minutes only, so inside soft yolk, yeah. And that's the reason I put salt into my water, so the shells come off like this. Yeah. And of course, it's gonna be cooked with pork stew, braised pork with egg, and that's why it's gonna be cooked anyway. So it's not gonna be soft yolk inside after cooking with the meat. So I can turn off the stove now, empty the hot water, put cold water in, and then start peeling my eggshells. Now I turn on my stove, my pan here. A bit of oil and the juice from the pork floss. I will shear my the pork left over from the pork floss. I want the fat part. That's why I'm cooking this egg and pork braised. So this will goes to the pan. This is the Chinese style braised pork or pork stew with hard-boiled egg. I know it's slow cook. My stove make everything slow cook. Mình bảo mặc dù món thịt kho tàu này cũng là kho ấy, thì nó lâu ấy, thế nhưng mà cái bếp nhà mình ấy thì mình đun bếp điện kiểu này này, nó như kiểu món gì cũng thành món kho hết, đun rất là lâu. Mình tắt video đi 10 phút rồi mà nó mới được như thế này. Đấy, cái thịt mình mua cái thịt mông sấn về ấy, để lấy cái thịt nạc làm ruốc. Thế còn cái thịt mỡ tức là một ít thịt nạc có một ít gân ấy thì mình cho vào mình kho trứng, kho tàu. Now is the time for me to add the seasoning. So dry shallot, a bit of five spice, Chinese five spice, not too much, otherwise overpowering. It's like my kids don't like overpowering flavor food. bit of chicken powder. Bit of fish sauce. Usually, everyone will add sugar. Some like very sweet, so they add a lot of sugar. I would add just a little bit of sugar. But I use my homemade food coloring from the burnt sugar. Burning the sugar to the point that it's like almost brown, and I'll add to that. I'll show you how to make it one day. So this is what I get. And of course, when I add to this dish, it still gives you the sweetness of the sugar. So brown it a little bit. It will give you the brown color. And when you add the boiled egg, it's give you the kind of like cheddar color, coating the eggs, so the eggs not so white. I don't know why then we need to color this dish to make it a brownish color. Why? Because we don't like white food. I don't know. A bit of color to the food. Charred color. See? Can you see the color change? A bit of brownish. Mình nói một cái cánh rán ấy, mình dùng nước Hàn tự trưng để kho thịt. Thịt với trứng nó sẽ có màu cánh rán. The lighting make it very white, but outside is more brown, okay? So now I will add the eggs and cover it and simmer it for a long time. 1 hour. I get the egg. Now I add the egg. See this thing, you can taste it now. The meat is cooked, kind of cooked, but not soft enough, right? So it's not stewed, it's not braised long enough. But you can taste to see if the seasoning is enough. I would add a bit of sweet pea sauce and add the eggs. The eggs won't get any flavor like inside. But look how sometimes when you cook this dish, some days you are so impatient, don't cook this dish. Because see the egg, the egg should look like this. But I cooked it for 5 minutes. I peeled it in hurry. And look at this. It looks like a frog. But it doesn't affect the taste. It won't change the flavor. So yeah, it doesn't matter. I save some energy and time. I'm impatient sometimes. Yeah, I do that too. I get impatient sometimes, so I rush peeling the thing, rush to take the eggs out before it hard boiled, and then yeah. So the reason I cook in the pan is because the eggs need to sit in one layer, so it gets the color, the flavor, at least outside. If you cook long enough and a lot of season, then of course the saltiness will go right inside the egg, but it's taking a long time, right? So I don't want my food too salty. The kids don't like the fat bit of the meat. The eggs they like. We like the eggs like fried, pre-fried, before we add it in this dish. It will be like chewy and a little bit crunchy outside, but you need to fry it. You need to fry them. Is popping. If it's frying too fast, it's burn, and you have to turn it so you get the whole thing skinned. Like make a skin, chewy skin outside be it, and it's a lot tougher when you braise it. But we all like the differences. So my kids like the eggs. I like the meat, the fattiness of the meat in this dish. We embrace each other. We will finish all of this with rice. Yep. So I will turn it a little bit to get it colored, and then I'll add a little bit of boiled water, because see, this one doesn't come, the juice, the water doesn't come out much. So I'm gonna add a little bit of boiled water to this, and then keep braising it for 45 minutes, 1 hour. Depends on how soft you want your meat, yeah? A little bit of boiled water, cover it, and it's done. Turn down the heat and keep on cooking. Yep, I've just mixed it. Mix it every now and then. And instead of water, back home we use, I don't use, but most of us use coconut juice to give that the sweetness, so we don't have to add sugar, yeah? And there's a bit coconutty flavor. I don't taste any coconut flavor in the coconut juice in this dish, but the sweetness of it, you can taste it. I personally don't like coconut juice in this dish because I can't control the sugar content of it. I don't like my food too sweet, that's why. There, smells so good. My braised pork, Chinese style. The Chinese braised pork with chicken eggs. Smell very good. Yum. This one is so good with the pickle mustard leaves, yeah?